morning, everyone. My name is Erin. I am a pediatric sleep consultant and owner of the Happy Sleep Company. I'm so excited to be jumping on LOULOU Lollipop's account today for a couple of hours to answer all your baby and toddler sleep questions. They had posted a question box yesterday so that people had a chance to ask some questions. I'm going to post another one right here, and you can use this as well, and I'll answer questions from both so that we can make sure everyone gets a chance to ask. A little bit about me. I'm located in Ottawa, Canada, but my team and I work with families all over the globe to be working one-on-one with them to help their babies and toddlers get better rest, be sleeping their big long chunks at night, be taking their nice long restful naps during the day, and everyone in the family getting healthy sleep. So let's get started. I'll start answering some questions. You can follow along and ask new questions as you think of them, and we'll get you guys some sleep. A great question to get started with. Normally a 3-month-old is still taking 4, sometimes 5 naps in a day. It's not usually until somewhere around 4.5 to 5 months that we drop down to a 3-nap schedule. Signs to look for that your baby can now handle some more awake time and you should bump up those awake times are not seeming tired leading up to their current awake times. Not showing tired signs, not rubbing eyes, not yawning, and taking a long time to fall asleep and just playing. I would always start the wake window when you know your child is awake, even if they're just quietly rolling around. If you look at the monitor, you see they're awake, start their awake window then. If you think they maybe have been awake for 5 minutes or so, maybe tack 5 minutes onto that. So keep in mind when we're talking about wake windows that means the moment your baby wakes up until the moment their wake window ends and you're placing them in their crib again for their next sleep. So if a 5-month-old can handle 2 hours of awake time, if they wake up for the day at 7, we're placing them in their crib at 9 for their first nap, and that would be their 2-hour wake window. That's what we mean when we talk about wake windows or awake times. Some children at 16 months still need 2 naps a day. So if we've moved to 1 nap and baby is still adjusting to that really big awake time that it takes to get to a midday nap, that might be causing the short nap. It might take some time to adjust. It's not uncommon that at around 11, 12 months, children still need 2 naps a day, but they might start to resist that second nap of the day, and we really have to coordinate their day in a certain way. So it might involve capping the first nap of the day a little shorter to put more sleep pressure on the second nap. If a baby has been in a swaddle for the early days or weeks, we're generally going to transition out of that by around 4 months, or definitely if baby shows any signs of rolling for safety, or if baby's just busting out of the swaddle on their own all the time. And there are some steps you can take to try to do that transition gradually. What you're going to want to try is swaddling with one arm out for a few days or a week and see how that goes. And then we're going to swaddle with the other arm out as well, but still the body wrapped nice and snug for a few days or a week. And then after that, we're going to transition straight to a sleep bag. A sleep bag is literally a wearable blanket for your little ones. So it gives them a good cue that sleep time is coming up. We wear it for every nap and every nighttime sleep. And it's going to, keep them cozy and safe because it can't be kicked off like blankets could, can't go up over their head like blankets could. So that's why it's recommended for safety. These are a couple of beautiful examples of great sleep bags from LOULOU Lollipop. Firstly, they are obviously adorable. It's like the jungle safari print and the carnival print. The size, this one is 12 to 24 months and this one is 3 to 12 months, but you want to be looking at your individual baby. We just want to make sure that the neck hole and the armholes fit properly so we're not slipping down inside. So we have a good fit. These ones are great. They have 2 zippers, so you can go from zipping up from the bottom all the way up to the top. There's a zipper under there, and then it even has this little tab so that we keep your little one's chin from getting scratched up on a zipper. So those are some great options of beautiful, breathable, safe sleep bags to be using as a good sleep option for your little one. Lots of questions about cat naps, those 30 to 45-minute naps that a lot of parents experience with their infants, and early morning wake-ups. The main culprit of these 2 things is very often sleep props or sleep crutches. So let's talk about what those are. When we refer to sleep props or sleep crutches, we're talking about the stuff that your little one relies on in order to get to sleep, that then they will need in order to get back to sleep when they're in a light stage of sleep and wake up. So usually we're going to be talking about if you're always having to rock your baby to sleep to get them to sleep, always having to feed them to sleep to get them to sleep, bouncing vigorously on a yoga ball to get to sleep. All of those things get your little one to go to sleep, but then they also keep your little one from knowing how to go back to sleep independently when they wake up. So the 45-minute nap is a good example because that's one sleep cycle for your baby. So near the end of the sleep cycle, when they're in a light stage of sleep, they wake up and they don't have the skills to get back to sleep if they didn't use their own sleep skills to get to sleep 45 minutes ago. Always remember, do what works for you and your family and your baby until or unless it doesn't work anymore. So if a sleep prop is working just fine for you, helping your family get good rest, and that's working for you and your babe, that's great. Often parents come to me and tell me, okay, now my little one can only go to sleep feeding to sleep, can only go to sleep by being rocked, and now he's up multiple times at night, not knowing how to get himself back to sleep. He's up after 30 to 45 minutes from every nap and he's still tired afterwards. And that's where we're looking at sleep coaching to help your little one learn more independent sleep skills so they can get those bigger, longer chunks of sleep at night, be taking those bigger, longer restful naps, because now they have the ability to do that if sleep crutches were maybe keeping them from knowing how to do that previously. So that's what we're talking about. If you are looking at sleep training or sleep coaching, that's the goal in it, is to teach your baby how to go into the crib awake and fall asleep using their own sleep skills. Most 14-month-olds are doing best with 2 naps a day and 10 to 12 hours of sleep at night, 2 to 3 hours of sleep during the day. So it sounds like your little one's doing really well. Lots of questions about room environment, about light versus dark, about sound machines. So I recommend dark, quiet, no distractions. Dark meaning pitch black, can't see your hand in front of your face, dark. Blackout blinds covered by blackout curtains. Your little ones are so alert, so easily stimulated that dark is going to help a ton for naps. It's going to help for early morning wake ups. It's going to help for evening bedtimes when it's still light outside. So super dark is really going to help with that. Our body clocks understand that it's time to go to sleep when it's dark. So better to be nice and dark in your baby's room. Quiet meaning you don't have to use a sound machine for your child to learn to sleep well, but certainly it can help if you live on a busy street, have a pet, have another child running around making noise during nap time, and no distractions. Just avoid things like, toy fishy aquariums attached to the side of the crib that your child's just going to want to play with and it's going to distract from sleep. Certainly if it's going to mean way too big of a stretch for your little one to get to bedtime without being overtired, even at 5 to 6 months, you might need to throw in a 4th nap some days. And don't be afraid to make it a nap like in the infant carrier where you just go for a nice walk and get yourself some fresh air to get that nap. Daycare can be tough because it's a very stimulating environment for your little one. Make sure your daycare provider has your little one's awake times just right. Normally a child that age needs at least 3 hours of awake time leading up to their nap, and try to create a really nice, dark, quiet environment to the degree you can. Seven months is a really transitional age. Normally children are going to do best on a 3-nap schedule until at least 7 months. Some children will hang on to 3 naps until closer to 8 months. You just want to watch for your child's tired signs leading up to those naps at that age. Okay, that is it for me for today. If I didn't get a chance to answer your question, we do offer free 20-minute phone consultations. So please feel free to use the link here. I'll put it here so you can swipe up and you can request a free 20-minute phone consultation from our team. We have loads of sleep resources on our blog, on our Instagram account. Follow us over at the Happy Sleep Company for daily sleep tips. And you can check out the website too for lots of resources there. Thanks so much to LOULOU LOLLIPOP for having me on today, and I hope everyone gets some good rest.